Hey everyone, and welcome back with Everything Eddie. Today we're going to talk about everything being a new pet owner, everything you need to know and buy for your pet. Let's get started. So this is Milo. He just took a shower, so he's a little bit shy. He's wearing his little bandana. I got Milo as a puppy. Okay. Oh, okay. He said it. I don't want this, Mom. I got Milo as a puppy when I first moved to Texas 3 years ago. And so he's just been wonderful. And I want to tell you everything I wish I knew before I got Milo and just like being a new pet owner in general. So let's talk about that. Milo, do you want a treat? He's looking at the treats right now. So let's go ahead and give him a treat. Treats are great for training purposes. This was just really good to reinforce good behavior, but also just because he absolutely loves them. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I link everything that I talk about today in the bio so you don't have to go out and search for it. So come here, please. He wants to do his own thing right now. But the first thing that we want to, you want to show people you know how to do things? Okay, so we want to go ahead and use a treat for positive reinforcement. Up, please, up. Good boy. So first things first is treats. I will link these in the bio. The second thing is I didn't know how difficult it was to potty train a pet. That is probably the most difficult part about owning a pet in the beginning. And so just make sure that you have a lot of puppy pads at home. And that you can also use that spray, like Go Here spray. I didn't use that type of spray. I just really, I was able to be home some of the time when I was training him. So every time that he wanted to go, I would make sure to place him on the puppy pad. Or if he did go to the restroom on the floor, if it was like feces, I made sure to pick it up and then put it on the puppy pad so he visually was looking at what I was doing with his feces and then kind of understood like, oh, that's where I should be going. That's where my mom keeps putting it. Okay, I understand. So that's kind of how I trained him on that, but you always want to have training pads. I actually keep them at nighttime, and even though he is an adult dog now, he's 2 years old, so 14 years old, I put them at nighttime because, did you hear something? I put them at nighttime just in case he needs to go at nighttime. I don't have to wake up and find a mess. I actually know that it's gonna be on the puppy pad. I can pick it up, spray it down, and throw it away, which is perfect. So make sure to get some of these. You also want to make sure that when you are getting a dog for the first time, that you do find a clinic or a vet. I personally found a clinic in my local town where I was living at the time because it's much cheaper, and it's just, that's it, it's much cheaper because being a pet owner is expensive. So that was really important to me. Did you bring a toy for us? He also loves his toys, which we'll talk about. He destroyed it. So that's the first thing, is find a clinic that you can take your pet, get all his vaccinations, everything like that. I can't stress enough how important that is. Unfortunately, before I got Milo, he had parvo from where he was at with his brothers and sisters. And so when I picked him up, he was already on medication. So just make sure that you look at any of the things that your dog can catch before, right? When they're babies, they have to get all their vaccinations. You have to make sure that you are watching them and that they're not going to parks or big areas where other dogs have peed and left their feces, because that actually can get your dog, your puppy, sick. I didn't know that. Like, what? I thought that was I didn't know that. So I'm so glad that I learned and was able to then, take note of things that maybe I should and shouldn't do with my first time puppy. So that's a big thing. Find a clinic, get the vaccinations for your pet, because if not, you will actually be going to the vet more than you would like to, okay? So clinic is wonderful. those pop-up vans that they have in your community, wonderful. I have used them. I absolutely love them. They're great. Next thing is you want to make sure that you know, it's inevitable for your dog to get fleas. At some point, your dog is gonna get fleas. So the first time he got them, oh my God, I was like, bruh, like, what do I do? I ran to PetSmart. Okay, PetSmart is my favorite. That's where he gets groomed. Obviously, he needs to be groomed right now, but he has an appointment next week. So you want to make sure that you get something that is good for your pet. So I really like Vet's Best. This is a flea and tick spot on treatment. And this treatment, I only bought him I think it was 4 tubes. So when you open it up, it has 4 tubes. You can also write down when did you give him this treatment, when you want to give him the second, the third, and the fourth treatment. So I love that because you should not be giving your pet this more than once a month, I believe. That's what it says in the back. So just make sure that you read this and that you don't do it in excess, because it actually can hurt your pet and you just don't want that. Like, you don't want them to be uncomfortable. So that's that. The next thing having to do with fleas is, yeah, I know we're talking about you. The next thing having to do with fleas is you definitely want a pet shampoo. He's staring at Are you staring at it, Papa? You want a flea and tick shampoo that is going to go ahead and help out with all of the things. So I will go ahead and link this as well. I absolutely love it, and it actually smells really good. It smells like peppermint, which I enjoy, and I think Milo enjoys as well. Do you want to smell it? Yeah, that's, okay, he didn't like it too much. He just used it. We just are trying to be preventative. The next thing, I think that was it for my flea and like tick formula. You want to make sure that you do have some good brushes. Unfortunately, I got in trouble at PetSmart like a month ago because they were like, hey, well, they didn't really get me in trouble, but they did tell me, hey, he does have matted ears. Something about Maltese and Shih Tzus, which is what Milo is that he has a lot of hair, but his ears are beautiful. Oh, you don't like me to touch your ears. His ears are beautiful, but they do get matted. As any pet, you know, that has a lot of hair, you're going to have to brush his hair. Okay, bye. You're gonna have to go ahead and brush his hair. So I would get a fine tooth comb and then a regular comb. Yeah, you know, I know you like your combs. You like it? So go ahead and use these because you do not want you don't want your dog to get matted. And when they do, it actually hurts them because it's like a ball of hair. And so it does hurt them. So please don't do that to your pet. Make sure to brush them. I like to brush him at least once a week, depending on, you know, your dog and their hair, etc., things like that. You can do as you please, but I like to at least brush him once a week. So ever since I bought these brushes and have been consistent with his brushing, he has not been matted, which has been wonderful. And it's also better because when you do take your pet to go get groomed, the cut is just so much easier for them and less, not that it's not painful, but like, right, it's just smoother for them. And that's what you want. So these are a must, and I'll go ahead and link something like this in the bio. The heck, I have way more things to talk about. But me and Milo like to be outdoors. We like to hike. We like to go outside and go on long walks. So something that is super important to me is keeping him hydrated. Something about Texas is that this heat in the summer is no joke. So we do like to go on walks, and this allows me to go ahead and always keep this while I'm walking him. I like to sometimes put ice in here depending on how hot or cold it is outside, and make sure that he's able to drink water. He obviously loves this, so we're gonna show you. I go ahead and press, there's only one button. So, and this is the lock button. You can lock it. But anyways, I press this button and water's gonna squirt out, right? You want some water? He goes, okay. Water's gonna squirt out. You'll go ahead and give your pet water. Okay, Milo, you're all done. The also cool thing about this is that, okay. The cool thing about this is that if he does not finish his water, I can actually pour back in the water if I click this button. So the water will come back in and into here. So you're not wasting water, which is wonderful. Clearly you can see that he loves it. So I really, really like this. The other thing, if you're hiking and, you know, I don't know, you need to take him food or snacks, is this little poppable, bowl is really awesome. You can put it on your backpack, etc., whatever. Is really cool just because, again, you don't know where you may be going. There might not be any, you know, pet-friendly bowls or water. So you want to take this wherever you go. So these two are super awesome, and clearly Milo approves. Another thing, please don't be one of those people that doesn't pick up after your pet's feces. So I really like getting training bag, or like these, like, not training bags, what the heck am I saying? These feces bags, waste bags. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, etc. So I think I got these at Walmart, but they last a pretty long time, and so I just like to keep these in my little, I like to call it the Milo corner, where I keep all of these things. Yes, I know. So make sure that you have some of these. And talking about that, the way that you can just make it easier when you go on a walk for yourself is, I happen to have 2 leashes. I really appreciate having 2 leashes because this leather one I bought on Amazon, and again, I'll go ahead and link it, but I love this little pouch that it has here, this little zipper pouch, because I can go ahead and put the trash bags in here, and as I'm walking him, I don't have to do anything extra. He really thinks we're going on a walk, on a second walk, which, okay. But so this is my favorite leash. This is his everyday leash. I just love how long it is. I love, oh, and his little bow is my favorite thing, his little bow here. But I love how long it is, and I love how durable it is. So this is my favorite one. But I do have a second one that he's all over the place. I have a second one that we use when we go hiking. And again, I take this one only when we go hiking because I don't want his original one to get dirty. And he wants to play tug-of-war with me. You want to play tug-of-war? So the second one that I bought is this. Here, let me see. Okay. It's this little one. It's not very long, as you can see, but it is very stretchy. So it is very stretchy, and I like it because it has a little fanny pack, and you get to tie this together. So you get to tie it together, put it around your waist, and then you can walk your pet this way. And I really enjoy it for hiking, again, because you just don't know how far your pet's gonna go or where you're really trying to go, and it just works really well. This one actually also really works if you have a pet that you like to run with. Milo and I are, we're not the best running buddies, but we have tried to run in this, and it is very, very just like efficient. And so that's something that I really, really like. So we talked about that. What else? Along the line of keeping your pet healthy, it's really important to do just that. Something that I didn't know is that you have to keep your pet's ears healthy and clean. And I know that's like normal for humans, but I didn't know that that was a thing for pets. So again, as you can see, Vet's Best, please sponsor me. Like, I have all your products, but I really like Vet's Best, and there is ear relief wash and an ear relief dry. I use this once a week, and the reason why I actually bought it is because something, again, PetSmart, thank you so much for informing me about all these things. But when I took Milo to get groomed, after one of his grooming sessions, the groomer let me know that one of his ears was a little bit red, and then when we opened up his ear, it was red and really dry, and he had been like scratching his ear that week. And I was like, why does he keep scratching? Like, you know, there's normal things of like, okay, they might scratch themselves, they might clean themselves, great. But it was like in excess. And so I was like, I don't know what's going on with him. And she was like, yeah, his ear is really red and he like, it seems irritated, etc. Like something that you should do to just be prevented, like do it on a weekly basis, and also to help like prevent any like ear infections or diseases, is do this treatment. Milo absolutely hates this treatment, and again, it's not, I don't believe that it's uncomfortable. He just doesn't like the feeling of like water going into his ear, which like who does, right? So, but the first thing is like the ear wash. You just kind of, and there's instructions in the back, so make sure to read those, but you'll go ahead and put a little bit on his ears. The point is for the dog to go ahead and flick out any of the like earwax that they may have inside. And then ear dry is kind of like a little lotion that you put on the ear. So this is great. I use it once a week, so not in excess, but it's just really good for the pet. Okay, I forgot to talk about this, the flea thing. I love Advantis. I think that's how you say it. I don't really know, but if your pet has really, really bad fleas, along with like the spot on and doing the shampoo treatment, you want to get these chews, and you want to use one. You can use one a day, no more than that. And I think I got like a 2-week treatment. There's 30 soft chews in here, but it's really, really good. And I have noticed a big difference when I use these. The fleas go away really quickly, and so that's just so important to me, because I don't want him to feel uncomfortable. I also don't want to feel itchy and I'm sorry, baby, and feel like my home, you know, has things inside. But this is also really awesome. Yeah, you're having a good time sharing all your stuff. So he's gonna sit here and look out the window and see who to bark at. When it is a rainy day or a stormy day and he gets a little bit anxious, like it is in Texas right now, I like to use quiet moments. This is Nature Vet as well. Oh no, this is a different one, sorry. But this is Nature Vet, and it is Quiet Moments Melatonin. I'll go ahead and link it. So you can use this. You go ahead and give your dog one, depending on the size of your pet, and they are chews. So you can go ahead and see those there. Are you smelling it? Yeah, he doesn't really want one right now, but this is melatonin, and I absolutely really like it. I used it on our flight. So these are good for just when he's anxious. Another thing is the hemp calming moments and calming drops are really awesome as well. Same as the same brand, but I really, really enjoy these as well. And I go ahead and put it at the back of his throat. He doesn't really like it, but it is important that he feels comfortable. As you can see, he was like, heck no, and walked away all the way over there to the other side. So those are some of the things that I really, you know, want every pet owner and especially every new pet owner to know about having a pet. Is just like, those are some of the basic things that you need, because eventually it's good to have them in your house, because eventually you will need them. Lastly is make sure that you go ahead and get your pets some toys. I bought this little thing on Amazon, and he loves his toys in here. I like to buy toys all over the place: PetSmart, Target, the Dollar Tree, Walmart, whatever. But there is a few toys that he has in here, and that's where he keeps that. if you ever travel with a pet, make sure that you get a really cool backpack or, you know, some type of carry-on so that you have somewhere to secure your pet. I use this not only for flying, but when okay. I use this as well for when we are going to the park and I have to drive, right? So I don't want him just being everywhere, all around the car, etc., like being crazy. So I put him in here, and we've done it enough times where he knows what this means. And he knows that if we're coming in here, that he's gonna go somewhere cool. So I put him in here, we drive, you know, 10-15 minutes to the park, and then I get him out of here, and he knows that this is where we're gonna travel somewhere, whether it be by car or by airplane. He loves to sniff it in here. So those are some of the things that I think are just important to know. Let me know in the comments below what are some questions that you have, or some suggestions of things that you did as a new pet owner, or questions you have as a new pet owner. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, and just stay posted for the new videos that are coming up every week. And we'll kind of go from there. Milo, let's go ahead and say bye to your new friends. We love y'all. He's like, Mom, put me down, Mom.